Well, it was one of the biggest showdowns on the ballot last night, the fight to represent Houston's 18th Congressional District.
And today, that race headed to a runoff between Christian Menifee and Amanda Edwards. Our Marcelina Benito tracking what is next in this high-stakes race. Marcelina.
Well, guys, this race has narrowed a lot. There were 16 people who were vying for this congressional seat, and since nobody got 51% of the vote, the top two candidates are headed to a runoff. It's now a one-on-one fight for the 18th. Christian Menifee and Amanda Edwards separated by just over 2,500 votes as they prepare for the runoff.
We're in first place for Congress.
We will be in position to get into this runoff and then in position to win this race.
Both candidates optimistic with their supporters last night. This campaign now expected to last several more months.
So this is going to be a very competitive runoff election. I would say the two candidates are pretty much evenly matched, and this is, if not a coin flip, pretty close to a coin flip.
Governor Abbott will now set the runoff date, likely in January or February. The 18th Congressional District has been without representation since Congressman Sylvester Turner's death in March. Political analyst Mark Jones says Menifee may have the slightest of advantages. Third-place finisher Jolanda Jones could have something to say about that.
If Jones were to endorse one, that might tip the balance a little more in that candidate's favor.
Now, as both campaigns move forward, the challenge will be keeping voters engaged and aware of when they'll get to vote again. The runoff likely to happen just weeks before a March 2026 primary for the newly redrawn 18th Congressional District.
We're approaching what really will be a logistical and informational nightmare for voters. Whenever I have to explain the combination of the special election runoff, the March primaries, and the new district boundaries, I start to somewhat confuse myself, and I think about this and look at this on almost a daily basis. So for most voters, it's a very confusing proposition.
Now, if it's confusing for the experts, that's never good for the voters. It could lead to lower voter turnout in the runoff. And no matter who wins that race, both Menifee and Edwards may find themselves meeting again in a March primary, potentially against current Democratic Congressman Al Green. A lot of moving parts with this one over the next few months, guys. Back to you.
That doesn't sound confusing at all, Marcelina. All right, thank you so much. You can find full election results from school boards to city councils online right now on khou.com. It's right there on the home page.